It takes a highly specialized kind of training to be a first responder in situations like the one we saw this weekend in Times Square. Marvin Scott is live now in Times Square with an exclusive look at how virtual reality is playing a role in this. Marvin?
Police officer Wayne Radigan, whose quick thinking and response are being credited with averting a catastrophe here Saturday night, said it was his training that gave him the right instincts. For emergency responders, absolutely there's no time to read training manuals when crisis strikes. Now they can get on-the-job training without ever stepping into harm's way, simply by stepping into a virtual reality disaster simulator. There's no better way to develop skills as an emergency responder than to deal with the reality of an actual plane crash, like this one at LaGuardia Airport in 1992. With accidents like this extremely rare, computer programmers have developed a virtual reality environment, a disaster simulator, to enable lifelike training. It could be an explosion aboard a container ship at a pier in Brooklyn, or a fuel farm explosion at Kennedy Airport, or a fiery train derailment at Hunter College. The scene here is at LaGuardia Airport. The scenario, a plane is burst into flames upon landing. The Office of Emergency Management, the city's chief coordinating agency, takes us inside its virtual world for an exclusive look at a system that can ultimately save lives. Trainees stand in front of a 15-foot wide screen or in front of video monitors, manipulating joysticks like a video game.
We know how to put out fires and catch the bad guys, but what we're really trying to do is help people be incident commanders and also think about all the ramifications of an incident.
Away from the monitors, the trainees strategize.
You have a lot of what-ifs going on.
What was the cause of it? Was it a terrorist attack? Was it intentional? Was it something that had to do with the plane itself?
We don't know the nature of what caused the explosion.
One of the benefits of the simulator is that we can manipulate different aspects of the scenario if we want to. We can have day or night. We can have snow. We can have rain. The weather can change the ramifications of the incident, can turn it upside down right away.
An operator sitting at a computer console manipulates each scenario. This scenario is being played out in Herald Square. There's a hostage situation, or it could be terror-related. The 3D visualization and graphics are quite realistic.
An incident such as that is going to have a large-scale effect on everything that goes on in that area.
We're coming to the evening rush. What are some of the issues that could be potentially happening from this? What are some of the impacts?
You would have a lot of commuter disruption, so you would need to think about alternative ways of having people move around Herald Square.
We can bring in responders to act as they would on an actual scene.
Set up in a warehouse building in Brooklyn, the Advanced Disaster Management Simulator has been in development for 3 years and has already proven to be a valuable training tool.
It's a way to create a safe environment, but make it as lifelike as possible so it feels like a field response. I mean, that's the beauty of it.
This could have been a real situation 2 years ago at Kennedy Airport, where a plot was foiled to blow up gasoline storage tanks.
There's serious ramifications of that, beyond just putting out that particular fire. There's a residential area that's nearby. Are we going to have to do evacuations? Are we going to have to reroute traffic patterns? Are we going to shut down the BQE?
The virtual disaster simulator is currently designed to handle half a dozen different scenarios, but others can be added. To the untrained eye, this looks like another of those video games. But don't tell that to the people at the Office of Emergency Management.
At the end of the day, it's going to save lives. Responders are going to come in, they're going to practice, they're going to practice again and again, and practice makes perfect. If this happens, they'll be ready.
Well, New York's emergency responders have always demonstrated their readiness. The cost of that virtual reality disaster simulator is somewhere around $750,000. Most of those funds coming from federal Homeland Security funds. And the value far exceeds the cost if it succeeds in saving just one life. In Times Square, I'm Marvin Scott, Pix 11 News.